Look, check this out. I was just thinking about something, right? The lady at my church, she told me today that she's gonna bring me some sweet ham tonight, because we have Sunday night service. She said, "Hey, I cook some sweet ham. If you want, I can bring you some tonight." I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine, cool." Now again, I grew up with this lady's son, and as a kid, we would go to different houses. Like as a kid, certain families would have get-togethers, and she would make this sweet ham. It is so good. So she's gonna bring me some tonight, and it jogged a memory of one of my clients, ex-clients. I had a client, again, they're ex-client, but I remember again, it's an ex-client of mine, not the lady that's bringing me the ham. The lady that's bringing me the ham, I grew up with her sons. But but when she told me she was going to bring me some ham, it jogged a memory of mine of one time one of my ex-clients gave me 10 pounds of free shrimp. And this was the client that only wanted their yard mowed once a month. And when I came like 2.5 weeks, they got upset because I was like, "I told you 3 weeks." And they was shrimpers. They went out and caught shrimp. It was Vietnamese people. So I remember one time the guy said, "Hey, I have free shrimp for you, 10 pounds. I was like, "Man, that's good, 10 pounds of shrimp." And I remember this was around the holidays. I want to say it was the holidays. This was around close to the holidays, like Thanksgiving. It was like September or something. No, I can't remember, but I remember telling my mother, so, "Hey, I got 10 pounds of shrimp." My mother was gonna make some gumbo. I was like, "Look, I got 10 pounds of shrimp if you want to use these shrimps I got." She was like, "Nah," because my mother would go get fresh shrimp from the pier. I said, "Yeah, ma, these people are shrimpers." She said, "Nah, I ain't gonna take your shrimp. I'm gonna get some." And I'm glad she did that, because when I cooked some of those shrimps, I don't know if you guys ever played on the beach and got sand in your mouth. You ever got sand or dirt in your mouth when you was playing? And when you would chew, you would hear that little crunch because you got dirt and sand in your teeth. When I cooked them shrimps, that's how they was taste. It was dirty shrimp. When I would chew the shrimp, it was like dirt. Like you would feel the dirt on your teeth. I said, "Man." So I ate another. It was the same thing. And I said, "Why would they give me dirty shrimp?" Because that's how much they thought of you. They thought that you was down here. That's how they viewed you. Now, if I was Donald Trump, if I was the mayor, they wouldn't have done that. They would have went and gave me some fresh shrimp. But see, when you have, listen, some of your clients will view you as beneath them. Like this, this, this typically happens with the lawn guy, because they view the lawn guy as uneducated and he have to cut grass to survive. So he's beneath us. Give him a $20 bonus for Christmas. And again, it's free money. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It's not about it's not. Some people view you as nothing. And if you carry yourself as nothing, that's how they will view you, as nothing. And like I said, I cut my teeth on a lot of these people in the beginning stages of my business. Like, that's why I don't take nothing from clients. Because I remember I had a guy gave me a free painting, a piece of trash painting, because he was one of the art guys at the paint show. We have an art show that come to Ocean Springs once a year, and he was one of the guys that painted the show. And he gave me a little small picture. I was like, "Oh man, thank you." And I put it in my truck and I finished working. And like 4 hours later, he was like, "Look, man, I was doing I was trimming a bunch of crepe myrtles and shaping some bushes." And he came, he said, "Hey, I gave you that free painting, so could you go ahead and trim that tree for the price of that painting?" And that tree was huge. I said, "Well, if that's the case, I can give you the picture back." "Oh no, you ain't gotta give it back. Let's just get it trimmed another time." I've had supervisors buy the crew breakfast, and 2 years later, "Come on, man, I done fed you and you dragging your feet on me." So I cut my teeth on a lot of that kind of stuff. That's why I don't take nothing from people. And people will always try and hold stuff over your head. But remember, some of your clients view you as beneath them. And if you carry yourself in a way as such, that's how they will view you. I remember my day one clients, the first client I ever got. I had got on Google, started wearing a uniform, changed my voicemail on my phone. And he was like, yeah, man, for a second, I thought you was a real business. They don't view you as that. And with those kind of people, you just got to get rid of them, because it'll start playing with your psyche if you allow it to. But stay in a positive mindset and just demand more from yourself and from your client.